We know 14 victims, some way, somehow injured in this shooting. We know one woman has died from her injuries. We also know a young child was rushed to hospital. These shots you're looking at, they're coming from the Danforth. That's the Greek community in Toronto. This is one of the busiest streets, actually, in the entire country of Canada. Let's break down what happened. We got that update from Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders mere moments ago. He said the police got the call at around 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock tonight, of someone shooting. Witnesses said they heard anywhere from 10, 15, 20 shots. Now, police arrived, they pinpointed that suspect, and then there was a shootout. It ended, as we heard from the police chief there, with the alleged shooter dead. Now, witnesses are describing much carnage on the street. Again, 14 people in total were injured. Toronto police also giving us some clues, saying that the suspect had a handgun. Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders also saying that this was not random at all. So no doubt this investigation now unfolding. Huge police presence. There are a lot of witnesses, a lot of statements to collect. This was a busy night. Summertime, a lot of people out on the patio enjoying a drink. As I mentioned, one of the busiest streets in Canada turned to tragedy tonight in downtown Toronto, and we're not too far away where many of the victims have been taken to hospital. Again, a young girl is fighting for her life tonight.
Jeff, it's completely understandable that the police would find it too early to talk about a possible motive, but there were so many people, as you say, there. Have any of those eyewitnesses said anything about possibly the race of the shooter becomes important in situations like this around the world, because people wonder whether it's a personal grievance that a shooter might have or whether it might be an act of terror? And quite often, many people think the race might determine the motive of the shooter. That's something that people presuppose, of course. But was the shooter saying anything? Was there anything that was being shouted that might indicate some sort of motive about whether it was personal, whether it was political, what the motivation may have been? Any word on that?
You know, that's a very interesting point there. The one thing that we can shed light on is police say that this shooting, we weren't seeing a spray of bullets. It appeared very targeted. Bang, one shot. Bang, another shot. It wasn't bang, 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 all in one, all in a flurry. So it seemed very targeted. We've been running some of that video right now on TRT World of the shooter just walking down the street and just pivoting and starting to open fire and carrying on. And this is the video right here. It's a bit difficult to see, but the shooter is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. The person taking this video just jarred by what they saw. They had to turn away. So it is difficult to see, but the suspect is walking down the street there, opening fire and then carrying on. Now, as mentioned, police did catch up with this suspect. He was carrying a handgun, and then we know that there was a shootout that happened. And again, it's ended with the suspect dead. We did hear from Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders. It's going to be very difficult to determine a motive at this point because, of course, the suspect is dead, so there will be no questioning. But again, the police chief is very clear. This was not random. This was targeted. Another step that's now going to happen in this investigation is police are going to get search warrants. They're going to start, once they have an identification of the alleged shooter, they're going to start pouring through his social media, going through his home to look for some of this evidence, presumably of a planned attack. That is what police are saying. This was not random. So still so much more to come on this, all of it just unfolding over the last little while. And again, one young girl is fighting for her life. So a lot of thoughts today, and we will get an update first thing in the morning.